It's the holiday season, and although spending time with family and friends is the most important thing, this is the time of the year where I buy one or two things I've been wanting all year. For the past 3 years or so, I've noticed great sales take place well beyond Black Friday weekend leading up to the holidays. One thing I've had my eye on for a couple of months now is the Zoom H1n audio recorder. Through my job, I have had plenty of exposure to professional and prosumer audio recorders, but I have never owned one myself. Although there are plenty of affordable recorders out there, the H1n has fostered enough positive attention online to convince me to get one. The size and price point are what mainly brings this gadget to my attention. It's one of the most highly rated recorders of its size, and although its original price is $130, it currently runs at $100 in most places. Before I continue, let me just mention that the voiceover for this entire video is recorded on the H1n. I'm not going to pretend this isn't an unboxing video, but hopefully I will provide some useful information other than the contents of the box by the end of this video. Opening the box is one of the easier gadget boxes I've opened lately. There is no tape to cut, and once you get a grasp of the tab, it's seamless. Okay, so the first items you see are the manual and some paperwork. The only things packaged inside are 2 AAA batteries and the H1n recorder nestled inside of what looks like an anti-static bag, which is definitely disposable. Sometimes electronics like headphones provide a carrying case, but this is not that. So here it is. Nothing fancy. The only thing I have to say is that it's light. It does feel like cheap plastic, but I'm well aware that what you pay for here are the electronics inside. Next is the obligatory installation of batteries because, you gotta test it to see if it turns on. And it does. Once turned on, it runs you through a language, date, and time setup. Next is the SD card, and of course I had to tear the package up because it's painfully annoying to open. This is a 32GB micro SD card. Side note, everything I've read about the H1n online suggests that the max amount of SD card storage it can take is 32GB. So keep that in mind when purchasing a micro SD card for this recorder. Now on to the accessories. This is the H1n accessory pack. Same style box as the recording unit. First up, we have the USB cable for charging and data transfer. Next up, we have the foam windscreen, followed by the tripod, the mic clip adapter, and the carrying case. Finally, we have the AC adapter in a small box. The only thing left in the box is some paperwork. Let's quickly go through each accessory. The AC adapter is compact and lightweight. The USB cable feels like a standard quality cable providing standard USB to micro USB connections. This cable can be used to charge the unit via the AC adapter or connect to a PC for data transfer. The user manual indicates that you can set the H1n to card reader mode to achieve this. The foam windscreen is smaller than a standard microphone windscreen. It fits right onto the microphone portion of the recorder, with the only caveat being that it covers the entire input level dial. The most unique accessory in this bundle is the microphone clip adapter. Essentially, this allows you to mount this on a standard mic stand using a standard microphone clip. This is what I call a tabletop tripod. It looks cheap but feels sturdy. Coming from using Manfrotto desktop tripods, it's not the best quality, but it feels adequate for this application. After the windscreen, this is the accessory I plan on using the most. One thing I discovered after I was done unboxing was that the legs extend about 2/3 the original length. Now right off the bat, the case is probably the only disappointing accessory. When it comes to cases, it's good, but I think it could be just a tad bit bigger. At least big enough to fit the H1n with the windscreen on it. I think I may end up using it to store other accessories. I want to quickly mention just a few observations. Compared to other recording units I've used, this one feels structurally the cheapest. It's entirely made of lightweight plastic, which naturally makes me want to handle it with a bit more care than most of my other gear. I will say though, it does feel well put together. In other words, the buttons don't feel cheap at all, and I'm not worried it'll break under reasonable treatment. Operating the H1n has so far been a really good experience. Other than the boot up time, it responds quickly to every task I have put it through so far. The sound is excellent for what I use it for. It has a well-balanced mid-range sound, giving clarity to pretty much every kind of voice I have put it through. The only feature I have used so far is the limiter. It performs extremely well, giving me the confidence that the sound won't clip while moving quickly from different sound sources. The goal with most of my purchases is for them to be as compact and mobile as possible. Most of what I own, especially my ham gear, was designed with portability in mind. The H1n fits this criteria perfectly. It fits in just about every pocket in my everyday carry bag, and even in my pant pockets. Other than the tripod, these accessories are specifically designed for the H1n. Finding other options online may prove to be more cost-effective, but for me, not having to spend time searching for each item on Amazon is worth the money. And that's it. I haven't used the H1n enough for a full review, but I can say it has worked well for me so far. Most of the content on this channel is related to amateur radio, but I cover a bit of everything in my vlogs. If you like recording music, consider watching some of my other videos like this one, where I take part in an analog recording session. Thanks for watching.